Hello, I'm Max Bates, and today we're going to be making quesadillas, and for my homemade aspect, I'm going to be making the salsa myself. Now I'm just going to show me at the grocery store getting all my things, and right here I'm getting some onions for 99 cents each, and I'm going to use these for my quesadillas and my salsa. And then here I'm just getting my tomatoes for my salsa. They are $1.89 each, and I get two of them, but I only end up using one for my salsa, and about like a fourth for the amount of salsa I use in my final plate. And then here I'm getting my cilantro for the salsa. It was 79 cents for the bundle, but I only used about a fourth of the bundle in total for all the salsa. And now I'm getting the garlic for about 66 cents each, and I only used about half of the garlic in total. Now I'm just getting my chicken for the chicken quesadilla. It's $8.60 for the entire package, but I only used about a sixth of the package in each quesadilla. And here's the tomato can for $1. Now we have the cheese, and I'm holding up two cheeses here, but I only used one for $2.30. And then finally we have these tortillas. These are $2 each. I only got one, and I only used one tortilla in the entire bag. And now I'm going to be making chai tea for my drink. We got this box on Amazon a while ago, so I wasn't able to tell you the price. So now, just as the water's boiling for my tea, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my dish. So I'm actually not using a recipe for the quesadilla itself. I'm using a recipe for the salsa, but everything else is from memory. And this quesadilla is an ethnic dish because the quesadilla is from Mexico, as well as the chai tea is from Asia. And then this is me adding my milk to the tea. And then you just mix it all up. And then this is me trying it. Cilantro, tomatoes, lime juice, onions that I'm going to use for the quesadillas, and then the garlic. Here I am just washing off the parsley a little bit. And then when you peel the garlic, you actually don't cut it. Something I've learned is that if you pop it in the microwave for about 20 seconds and then rinse it off with cold water, the skin actually just comes right off and it's much easier. So this isn't actually a pretty long clip of me cutting onions, but a hack I know for cutting onions is you actually don't cut the butt of the onion off. Cutting off that part of the onion is actually what makes the juice fly off and makes you cry. So what you do is you just want to hash it on the bottom part, like I'm doing right here, and then you cut it uh, horizontally through the onion, and that way you have all these little cuts, and it's much easier that way, and you don't cry. So as you can see, I'm doing here, I'm just cutting it, and then yeah. Now we take all our ingredients from the salsa and we put it in a blender along with some oregano, tornillo chilies, everything seasoning, red cayenne pepper, and Lawry's seasoning salt. Once you're done with the onions, you want to grab yourself a pan and then put it on the stove on low heat. So what I've done here is I've taken all the onions I didn't use for the salsa, and I put them in a pan on low heat with a little bit of olive oil, and I just sauteed them for a little bit. And once all the onion juices were out, I threw in all my chicken, and I cooked them together on low heat for a little bit, and I added my seasonings that I put in my salsa. And then here's just another pretty long clip of me just adding all the seasoning and just stirring around for a little bit. Here I'm adding a little bit of Lawry's and garlic powder, as well as a little bit of cayenne pepper just to make it just a little bit spicy. And I'm just going to stir it around for a little bit until it's almost cooked. I like my chicken to be not burnt but a little bit browner. on some parts, so I'm just gonna cook it just a little bit less than that because I am gonna put it inside the quesadilla and it's gonna cook a little bit inside there. Here's just another clip of the chicken. It's pretty juicy and well cooked, as you can see. And then as you're putting your filling inside of your quesadilla with your cheese, make sure you put the cheese down, then your filling, and then the cheese on top, so the cheese acts as a glue and keeps your quesadilla together. And an important step that you have to make sure you do is you have to put a lid on the quesadilla so that the heat doesn't escape and the cheese melts evenly throughout the quesadilla. And you want to cook on both sides until it's a little bit brown. And now here I'm just blending the salsa. It turned out to just be like a little bit more like liquidy and not as chunky as I would like it. So I ended up having to just strain out a little bit of the juice, but I didn't get that part on camera. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the chicken and the onions, like the filling, in like a little semicircle around the quesadilla, and then I'm gonna cut it up and I'm gonna like arrange it. So now I'm gonna cut it into as even I'm gonna cut it into as even pieces as I can, like that. Okay. And then I'm just gonna try to arrange it in a way that looks good. Looks good. I'm thinking I'm gonna like put it like that. I don't know yet, but yeah. So now I have this, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna wipe the edges. And I have some sriracha just to make like a design, because you can like squirt it a lot easier than you can with the salsa. So I'm gonna try to just like squirt it on the sides. Okay. And then I'm gonna get a little bowl for my salsa. Okay, so I changed my mind. So I'm putting this, I moved some of the cheese and I'm putting the salsa on the plate. Oh wait. It kind of fits, it fits. It fits, yeah. And then for a garnish, I'm just gonna put just a little piece of the cilantro on top. And yeah. Hello, so this is me from a few days later. I realized that the Pocky I made didn't fit the requirements for the dessert. So instead here I'm making a dalgona, which is kind of like a caramel cookie. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just heating sugar until it melts all the way. And then here I'm just adding a little bit of baking soda. And then you take it off the heat. And then you keep stirring and then you pour it onto a plate and you let it sit for 15 seconds and you just smush it down with some sort of flat surface. And here I'm just using a cup. And yeah. Here is my final dish and presentation. And then for my drink, I made some chai tea, this, and some Pocky for dessert for $1. And now I'm just gonna try it and see how it tastes. We're just gonna pick that up, dip it in my salsa. It's a little thin, but I think it tastes pretty good. Actually, it's a lot better than I thought it would be because I haven't cooked it in a while. But I really like it. And I'm gonna put some more cheese on top, or put it in the sriracha I have on the side. But pretty good. I'm gonna have my tea and Pocky for dessert. All right, thank you. Bye.